Good evening, YouTube. This is Tire Metalhead Weatherman. I hope you guys are doing really well on this Monday. Hopefully, you don't have the Monday blues. Work week's just starting, but we're almost done. It's one day down. Got a little bit going on with the severe weather today. I did say the other day that I was going to try to do a tropical weather outlook, but yeah, this happened. This enhanced risk popped up out of nowhere. I have ongoing severe thunderstorm watches and warnings at the moment. Even gonna try to take a look and see if there are any tornado warnings issued, because everything's kind of ramped up a bit here. So far, no tornado warnings. That's good. Let's hope it stays that way. But we got a risk for a little bit of everything right now. We're just gonna get into it straight away. All right. So here we are. Here's our enhanced risk. This is stretched a little bit further east than what I last saw too. I mean, we were expecting severe weather mainly around this region between the Dakotas, but this has now stretched its way into Fargo and Grand Forks, Minnesota. Stretched pretty far into northern Minnesota as well. And all threats are really all threats are possible here. We have a significant straight line wind threat, and there's even a 30% region right around the Dakotas, mainly centralized around Aberdeen and Pierre, Fargo. You guys are in this too, as well as Grand Forks. And then that's our hail threat, excuse me. And then our wind threat is really no different. Maybe a slightly wider wind damaging straight line wind threat. Probably going to be expecting a line of storms be popping up within the next hour. And then our tornado threat's not something to sleep on either. Right between Fargo and Aberdeen, and it is right towards central South Dakota, maybe pushing towards central South Dakota. We have a slightly increased tornado threat. Believe it or not, I saw Reed Timmer actually talking about a tornado threat even in Manitoba, which is crazy. That just shows how intense this heat wave has been and how far north it's pushed. So we're going to take a quick look at what the radar could look like and maybe a couple other parameters and see how long these parameters last into the evening and overnight hours. Pretty much going to be going solely over the severe weather threat tonight. I think tomorrow, if things stay of marginal risk, I will try to do the tropical weather outlook. But anyway, let's go right on into this here. Sorry, I was adjusting my seat. So this is about current time. It's about 7 Eastern time, 6 Central. So over the next hour, we're going to have these little clusters of storms that come through. Most of them will have severe winds and hail. Can't rule out a tornado. We watch this move off to the east, and once we get towards midnight and into the overnight hours, a lot of this weather will be making its way into Minnesota, especially towards northern Minnesota. You might want to be extra careful. By this point, these storms will start to really lose steam. The daytime heating will be gone. So the kind of punch they'll have will be a little different. Mainly, we'll have to start looking more towards maybe a flash flooding threat. This area's been getting a lot of rain lately, so I would definitely try to be leery if you're starting to see ponding on the roads if you have to be out really late. But that's really all I got there. We'll go ahead and go as far as to take a look at the low level jet. I don't know why it's showing the music project I was doing. I guess that's a spoiler for anyone that might be interested in looking at my other YouTube channel. If you're interested in that, I'll have a little card here in the corner, and then you also see the channel pop up at the end of the video. All right, now on to the low level jet, and we got some pretty decent numbers, mainly towards southern Minnesota, maybe central Minnesota. We might have to watch for some development. I do think there's a possibility that this wind spike might also be on the backside of these storms. So it's a 50-50 chance, honestly, in my opinion, as to whether or not this turns into anything significant. I'm not really expecting it to begin with anyway, but if that low level jet ramps up at the right time, there could be a few tornadoes, mainly around Fargo. So that's a pretty good reason why the slight risk was issued for central parts of Minnesota. We're gonna take a look at the surface-based cape. Just try to see what we might be working with here. The surface-based cape influences quite a bit when it comes to any sort of tornadic development. We're rolling forward here, and the cape just doesn't really seem to be super impressive, but the numbers are good enough, more than sufficient enough. We're still at about that 2,000, 3,000 joules per kilogram, right around the midnight hour, so that's when I think the tornado threat will be maybe at its highest. I do think this is most likely going to be a damaging wind threat, though. And then once we get into the overnight, the cape is relatively diminished. May see a little bit of stormy activity popping up in Wisconsin, but that's tomorrow. This actually was an area of interest for the marginal risk tomorrow, right around here. Have to watch and see what it does. Hopefully this does not go up to a slight risk, which would be really irritating, because I keep trying to make a tropical weather outlook. Try not to make these videos super long, because I know that no one wants to look at the weather for about 30 minutes. You could just go to whatever channel and get it in half the time. Try to be intricate though, but I think this is all I got for you on this video here. I wonder how fast this one has gone by. Only at 6 minutes. But yeah, I think that's going to be the end for me on today. No double duty tonight. Hopefully tomorrow we will do the tropical weather outlook. If it does go slide, then I guess I'll pull double duty then. But until then, this has been Tyler Metalhead Weatherman. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like, leave a comment, share the video, spread the word about the channel. Appreciate what you guys have done, what you guys have that you guys have been watching as far as you have, and I hope that continues into the future. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video.